Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're running on a treadmill, putting in the effort, but not really going anywhere? We all face a choice in our careers and in life. The path of comfort or the path of growth. This is the story of two friends, John and Peter, and the two very different paths they chose. John and Peter started their careers at the same time, at the same company. They were bright, ambitious, and ready to take on the world. Their first project was a success, and they both received praise from their managers. The company was stable, the work was predictable, and the future looked secure. For John, this was perfect. He saw a clear, straight road ahead. He thought, if I just keep my head down, do my job well, and follow the rules, I'll be set for life. He found comfort in the routine. His tasks were familiar. He knew exactly what was expected of him, and he performed his duties flawlessly, day in and day out. He followed the same process, perfecting his efficiency within his defined role. Why fix what isn't broken, right? He became the go-to expert for his specific set of responsibilities. His corner of the office was his kingdom, a place of order and predictability. Life was good, stable, and comfortable. He had his weekends free, his evenings were predictable, and he had no work-related stress. He was living the dream, or so he thought. Peter, on the other hand, felt a different kind of pull. While he appreciated the stability, a nagging sense of curiosity kept him from settling in completely. He saw his job not as a final destination, but as a launch pad. He started asking questions. How does my work connect to what the other departments are doing? What new technologies are emerging in our industry? Could we do this task better, faster, or more creatively? His curiosity led him outside his job description. During his lunch breaks, instead of just scrolling through social media, he'd read industry blogs or watch tutorials on new software. He started talking to people from other teams, marketing, sales, engineering, trying to understand the bigger picture of how the company operated. He volunteered for cross-departmental projects, even if they were outside his comfort zone and added to his workload. His colleagues, including John, sometimes wondered why he was making things harder for himself. John would often say, "Peter, you're doing too much. Just relax. We've got good, stable jobs." But for Peter, learning wasn't extra work. It was exhilarating. Each new skill he learned, each new connection he made, was like adding a new tool to his toolbox. He wasn't just doing his job, he was building himself. Years went by. John continued to be a model employee within his well-defined role. He was reliable, consistent, and everyone knew they could count on him for his specific tasks. He received steady, if modest, pay raises and positive annual reviews. His path was a straight, paved highway, and he was cruising along comfortably. He had mastered his world. Meanwhile, Peter's path looked more like a winding, scenic route. It had its challenges. Some of the new skills he tried to learn were difficult. Some of the projects he volunteered for didn't go as planned. There were moments of frustration and self-doubt. But with each challenge, he grew. He learned to code a little. He understood the basics of digital marketing, and he even developed strong presentation skills by sharing his findings with other teams. He wasn't the single best expert in any one thing, but he had become incredibly versatile. He could speak the language of different departments and connect dots that others couldn't see. He was building a bridge, not just a pillar. Then, one day, the winds of change began to blow. The market shifted. A new competitor emerged with a disruptive technology, and the company's profits started to dip. The predictable world they knew began to crumble. Management announced a major restructuring. The old ways of doing things were no longer enough. The company needed to innovate, to adapt, or it would risk becoming obsolete. Panic began to set in for many, including John. The tasks he had perfected for years were suddenly being automated. The processes he had mastered were being replaced. His job, which had been his source of security and identity, was suddenly on shaky ground. He was an expert in a game that was no longer being played. The company now needed people who could analyze new market trends, work with new software, and collaborate across newly formed teams. These were all things that fell far outside John's comfortable kingdom. He felt lost and unprepared. The straight road he had been on had led to a dead end. But for Peter, this moment of chaos was a moment of opportunity. The skills he had been gathering out of pure curiosity were suddenly in high demand. He understood the new technology the competitor was using because he had been reading about it for fun. He could work with the marketing team to devise a new strategy because he had built relationships with them over the years. He could help retrain other employees because he was a quick learner himself. While John was struggling to understand the new company playbook, Peter was helping to write it. He wasn't just surviving the change, he was leading it. He was promoted to head a new innovation task force, a role that didn't even exist a few months prior. His winding path, with all its detours and explorations, had prepared him perfectly for this unpredictable new landscape. John eventually found another job, but the experience left a deep scar. He realized that the stability he had cherished was an illusion. True security doesn't come from a predictable job or a comfortable routine. It comes from within. It comes from your ability to learn, adapt, and grow. The story of John and Peter is a metaphor for a choice we all face. We can choose the path of Jontha, path of complacency. It's comfortable, it's easy, and it feels safe for a while. Or we can choose the path of Peter, the path of curiosity and continuous growth. It's more challenging, it requires more effort, and it can be uncomfortable at times. But it's the path that builds resilience. It's the path that prepares you for the inevitable changes life will throw your way. The world is constantly changing. Industries are evolving. Technologies are advancing, and job roles are being redefined. The only thing we can be certain of is uncertainty. So, the most important skill you can develop is the skill of learning. Be curious, ask questions, step outside your comfort zone. Learn something new, even if it doesn't seem directly related to your job right now. Read a book, take an online course, talk to people who have different perspectives. Don't be afraid of the winding path. It's on the detours and through the challenges that we discover our true potential. Complacency is a trap. It makes you fragile. Curiosity is your superpower. It makes you adaptable. It makes you future-proof. So, which path will you choose? The comfortable dead end, or the challenging journey of lifelong growth? The choice is yours. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you navigate your own journey. See you in the next one.